Go ahead.
All right, this is my second edition of this video. Opie's behind the camera because cameraman here couldn't handle his job. So what we're going to do is compare the 36, a copy of a 37 book, our 38 book, and our 41 book with various differences which are applicable at this time because of the stuff I have. And things I want to point out to you. One of the boys, he was graciously nice enough to send me a copy of his original 37 book when he discovered I didn't have one. So we can make this comparison right now. So first, I'd like to start with this 1941 season order blank. It's one side, and here's the other side. Here, now, this is real typical. There's a lot of guys out there who have, shall we say, an order blank, and they've read a book, and they think that this thing here called available colors, skyway blue, cruiser green, flight red, brilliant black, police silver, means that's all you could get. Okay, all you can get. Well, we have here what's left of a 41 accessory catalog. Flip that around over here, get back at me so I can see this. You're on the wrong side. 41 accessory catalog. Unfortunately, I missed the really nice one, and this is what I got, and I haven't found another one since. But it's still here. And in these pages, which we're about to discuss, we have our genuine enamels match original colors. These are our standard stuff. I'm going to read it to you here. Genuine Harley enamels are best suited for touching up scratches, etc. as the colors match the original enamel, thus the damage will not be noticeable. For repaint jobs, genuine Harley-Davidson enamel should be used. It's an enamel that has been worked out to give the best possible results on motorcycle parts. It is easily applied, dries in a short time, and has all the wearing qualities of lacquer and brightness of enamel. A very high-quality enamel, scientifically prepared. All colors available new quick-drying enamel. The clear varnish is also a new quick-drying, long-wearing kind. The neat compact display stand pictures here has proven its sterling qualities. Dealers everywhere report a vast increase in enamel sales. Check on your enamel stock. Replenish the display stand if you already have one. But by all means, display one prominently and get your share of these enamel sales. It will pay you many-fold. These are the standard enamel colors that they're talking about. Now, if you go back to my videos, we have a letter from Harley saying, we get our paint from DuPont. And we also have a letter saying colors are offered in enamel or lacquer. And DuPont's all, what color do you want, buddy? You don't like it, we'll mix it for you. And in the 38 book over here, which you can go through our 24 issue of reading out of the 38 book, we read these same basic colors, and these are the standard colors of offering, which means this is misleading. What it's talking about, which was common knowledge at the time, this is the standard available color. In other words, you got these colors if you don't want to pay any more money. You want to pay more money, we'll do a two-tone, no problem. Seafoam green on the side of the 41 original paint, cruiser green, no problem. You want graphic paint, just like on the 42 F over there. You want a custom color, you got greeny, you got the 40 cop bike. Custom color was the rule, man. Custom this, custom that. Harley wanted all that extra money in-house. Your pre-war stuff, not that the dealers didn't do stuff and people didn't customize stuff and new stuff didn't happen, but if Harley could capture that new business, that's what they wanted. So these colors here, I'm going to read them to you. White and cream, cameo cream, Egyptian ivory, that's what it's on the white 40.
Yeah.
Royal buff, silver tan, Orlando orange, teak red, that's the panels on the 38 original paint over there. Flight red, that's what's on the 42F. Maroon, Nile green, olive green, Sherwood green, verdant green, Hollywood green. That's Greeny's color right there. Cruiser green, that's the main green on the 41. Police blue, Delft blue, Clipper blue, Delphine blue, Airway blue, Skyway blue. Skyway blue is what's on the 47 blue. That's Skyway blue. Sunshine blue,
Right
Dust gray, Dawn gray, Squadron gray, Army drab, Regent brown, Bronze brown, Silver, Copper, Black, White, and Clear varnish. Very similar, but a little different. They had lots of other colors. They didn't put everything in the catalog, and they had different catalogs that they printed through the year, had difference of this, and difference of that, and difference of this, and difference of that. Not everything is in the catalog. You cannot go by the catalog and say, this is all they offered. That's not true. Now, this is something I did not realize until I got this catalog. I'm going over the books to do this video. Here's the handlebar grips for 41. There they are right there. And here's the grips right here, no old stock. With the original parts box, the R's for red. Okay, well that tells me something that I didn't know. I did not realize that these grips are all the way to 41. I thought, incorrectly, that these grips here, what we think of as war grips, do not come out to 42. So, you know, grips wear, people replace them, and a lot of the bikes have different grips on them. This makes these grips exceedingly rare. I always had heard from the old boys years ago that they offer these grips in colors. Now the new old stock ones I've seen are obviously later, as most new old stock parts are, and they had the color painted on. This color's in the grip itself. So this would have been offered only the 42 year, because as you just saw, that those grips there, which I'm going to put on the 38 most likely, are 41 and back. And there's different lengths for the knucklehead, big twin, shall we say later bikes. What we think was early bikes now, they would have been late model at the time, and your VL and your JD. So you got to think of a 29 JD in 1942 is essentially a 13, 14-year-old bike. It's still fairly new, still widely in use. So most of the pre-war stuff that you see, like this, these grips didn't come on that bike. These grips didn't come on this bike. This is Murphy grips. You know, the grips I got this bike with were war style, but they've been replaced, and I put these NOS ones on myself because that's what I got the bike with. But obviously, they were not offered in 1940. So let's continue. Now, it's important, I want to emphasize this. Mr. Palmer and Greg Fields and the other book writers have done beautiful jobs of writing books. This is really important. I don't have all the information, neither did they. But because when you write a book, you're trying to make it cohesive, they fudge lines. So what I'm explaining is what I've discovered, some of it very new discovery, what I've known or what I thought I've known, and as I find out other information, I will make it known to everybody. So this is what I know of this moment. So what we have over here, if you'll come back over on this side, here, is we're going to start here with the 36 book. On this one here, this is our 36 accessory book, leather bound. And even though it's a leather bound edition, it has a very small section of accessories. And what's pertinent here, in 36, these are the correct original hand glass bone. These are lens light. Somebody has cut off the little piece here where it threads in for some reason and polished it. The guy I got it from says, well, I found them in a drawer, so he has no history, but they never seem to have used them on anything. They're all hand done, they're all different shapes. This is completely done by hand. 36 is the last book it's in. It's not in the 37 accessory book, which I did not realize. And again, there's different books, so maybe the first 37 books still had them. I don't know, so I only have the one copy. But what we have here, as you'll see this dice here is side mounted. This is a VL dash. This is a VL dash. It's side mounted. So we're going to go to our dice here. Specifically, this is a corner mount. All right. Now, what was very interesting on this 37 book, it's very specific. Here's the 37 book. This is the copy here. It was generously sent to me. And it says, these beautiful gear shift balls will fit any 31 to 35 style gear levers. For older models, it is a simple matter to fit one of the new levers to which any style ball can be fitted. The dice shifter knobs are very attractive and will get attention everywhere. They're made from an almost unbreakable onyx-like material with the spots pressed in, offered in 3 very good looking colors, red, white, and yellow. The spots are black. But it's talking about the side one. You understand? It's talking about this one. The VL style. No, this is a 37 book. It doesn't even make a distinction. Well, what about the 36 VL? What about the overhead valve? What about the brand new U? No distinction at all. But they knew when they were ordering it. They knew they made it. They just didn't bother putting it in print. You got to make more book. You got to expand it. All of a sudden your book becomes this thick instead of this thick. It costs more to print it. So they didn't do all that. It's a small little company. They're only making a few thousand bikes a year. They don't need to do all that. Everybody knows everybody. They know what's going on. This is the 61 overhead valve style knob. This is your U-style knob because it fits right with the shifter. The shifter is different. It doesn't mount on the side. It mounts here. But that doesn't mean you couldn't use it. People walked in and says, I'll take one of them. So you're going to find some bikes with the side and some with this. But the side doesn't work as well on the later style, what we think it was the knuckle style shifter. And this style here, it really doesn't fit right here. See, this fits in the palm of your hand. You got a nice firm mount here to shift it. I've ridden bikes like that. This doesn't work. You got the point in your hand. It doesn't work. So they changed it. So I don't have this dice in the catalog. This was a non-catalog offering, pre-war offering, as far as I'm aware. They didn't re-say this and that. So how long they made it after the war, I don't know. But after the war, at some point in time, they started saying patent pending on the side instead of this pending right here. So as far as I can document, the pre-wars are pending. They have the steel insert, and the later post-wars are patent pending. And when that switched, you know, I'm guessing based upon the machines I've found and had, and what I've seen in the literature I've had and the literature I've managed to reacquire. So, but that seems to be the case at this point in time, which I think is important, because it's a different. When they changed to the patent pending, they remade the mold. You understand? That costs money. How many do they make? Mold has to break. So there has to be a reason why. Molds wore out. Hey, it's a new era. Remake the mold. Let's put this and this and this in. So that would be a post-war thing. So we have some bikes here in the vintage Harley book out of Japan. And we're going to show some knobs. So here's the 36. All right. So, and Harley's very specific. The spots are black. The only angle I have is this. It appears to be a side-mounted one, but I can't quite make it out. But these are red here with a white. So that knob was not a VL knob. So who and what and where it got on there, I don't know. I've never personally seen that bike. So a buddy of mine found this bike from the original owner. And then it got sold to Simba through R.L. Jones, and then whoever owns it now, I don't know if he bought it from Simba or not. Here's a red one, side mount like this, with the black spots. This was on the bike since new, but again, the guy we were watching says, man, I'll take one of them. It was never offered an accessory package. So that was sold to him at the dealer at some point. And then, in their little book, we've got to go all the way to the post-war stuff. To find more knobs. Here we got the side mount like this here, white with black spots, which is what this says here, white with black spots. And you got the side mount. So again, I don't know for sure exactly when the patent pending happened. It was post-war at some point. It could have been in the mid-50s. Here's another side mount, and this is white. And I can't make it out if that's black spots or blue spots.
They look black.
Well, if he says they're black, their eyes are better than mine. That's a side mount. So, let's see if we can find another one real fast. There's only a couple of them in here. I think that's about it. Oh, here's one. And here is a red one with the side mount like this with the white spots, which is what I have here on a 47. So that doesn't mean that Harley Davidson specifically offered this knob. This company made knobs. Harley bought a couple and put them in their catalog. That company would have put newspapers ads or letters or to other accessory companies says, hey, you want to sell our knob? We got all this other stuff we can make you. So what seems to be certain is that this is a pre-war motorcycle knob. And it could have been made at some point for an extended period of time post-war, but it's the early one without the patent pending. But if you don't have the metal insert, whichever knob you got, it ain't motorcycle, as I showed you on the other knobs in the video. I'm spending a hell of a lot of time on stupid knobs, but for the guys who are going to be this anal, it's important. And when we're dealing in what's original, what's not, we're all getting very anal about stuff today. So we're going to go to another interesting thing here. Well, this is in the 36 and the 37 book both. So I'm going to read it to you because it was not in the 38 book. A different police signal. This is a warning signal for the motorcycle police squad that is exclusive and different. It is not a siren, it's not an ordinary exhaust whistle. It is a new and different note. Therein lies its chief advantage. It serves to distinguish the motorcycle squad's warning from that of the fire department, the ambulances, other kinds of police equipment. The Purdy whistle is simple and economical to install. It's proved very satisfactory with departments that have tried it. Now, it's important to understand at the time, exhaust whistles were common. They were as common as headlights today. I mean, they were just around. Try to find a vehicle today that's a modern vehicle without a headlight. Everybody had that stuff. It was a very, very common thing. So they're saying, well, you want to know that your whistle's so different, it's going to be, we know it's a cop. Because everybody's got whistles. That's how common they are. So they made a special police whistle. So I felt that was important. Whoops, I'm dropping stuff. Imagine that. Never drop stuff in this shop. So, a couple other things I marked here. Now this is again is the 37 book. Here, and I didn't realize until I got this book. I thought that these little jewels here came out in 38. I was wrong. They came out at some point in 37. It's in this 37 catalog. Oh, Kitty, don't eat those. Hey, don't eat those. So that's interesting information.
Don't.
don't eat that.
Pick him up. Pick him up.
And we have this other marked page here. Okay, now I was incorrect. I thought that these bags were the only ones made, because that's what it shows in the 36 book, but it's showing these bags came out in 37, but they don't have a metal valance. So at some point, even though it's a -38 number, it could have very easily come out at some point in the 37 year. May not even made in the catalog.
She's eating it. I told you, pick him up. She swallowed it.
Dumb cat. Can't touch that kitty. She runs off, and then she goes and eats little tidbits.
She swallowed it.
Swallowed it.
She's gonna be sick. Oh my God.
Sick. Dumb cat. Boy.
Like she's starving.
Like she's starving, yeah.
Oh my God.
So, anyways, what we have here, this is the saddlebag here on this 37. No side valance. That's that bag right there. And then we have this 36 here with this bag right there. And here it is in the catalog. Right there. So, next best thing to having it in front of you is at least I got some pictures. So that's those in the catalog. Those are the biggest difference between the 37 accessory and the 38 accessory right there. That's why I brought that out. Now, the only thing I really marked on the 36 book was these two pages. This is the other really big difference here. This is the only accessory catalog I have that shows a factory frame table with the jigs and mounting and everything. Factory frame table. I had no idea. So it wasn't just a frame table you bought from wherever supplier. The factory offered it to their guys so that you could straighten your frames and forks and everything in-house. Now, Eddie Ryan's shop had a frame table, which a buddy of mine now owns. Whether it was a factory frame table or somebody else's, I don't know. So, we're going to continue. Now, what we have here, this is the 38 book, and we're going to talk about the jewels that Kitty Poo just ate. Sparkling jewels for trim. Look at the grand assortment of sparkling, scintillating red and green jewels, just the one riders want. So I had red and green jewels, and they're sparkling in the back that you mount on, and then these initials and spots are a hit. These are the spots he's talking about, right here. Those are the spots. And Kitty Poo ran off and ate one of them. Okay, stupid cat. And then here's a picture, new type of classic ornament, which looks well on saddlebags, etc., etc. Floral crystal, it says. All right, floral crystal. And here is our 41 book, crystal ornaments. Saying every rider wants several of these classy floral crystal ornaments or trim. It's just saying floral. Well, guess what? They made other ones besides floral. They made a deer here, and they made a horse. You see, the Harley Davidson shift knob was very specific in the way it was mounted. And I had a catalog, which I haven't not dug up all my stuff, that actually had this in there. So hopefully I'll find it if I do make another video. So I recall very specifically when to check my catalog to find the horse. And there it is. But this 41 book doesn't have that. It is saying that we got a man on a horse with they called it a steeplechaser, with a boat and a Scotty and just a round ball with those swirls in it. And they got this chrome insert on here, but you can see the side view here. It's very specific. Okay, I'm gonna go grab the shifter here. And again, these are made by a company for Harley, but it's obviously it was made by the same company. I have no way to prove
exactly the same.
Exactly the same. Okay, so whatever company made these for Harley made this shift knob. I have no way to prove that was actually sold through a Harley catalog at this point in time. But this is our 41 book. I didn't realize that these come on over this side so people can see it. You're upside down. That these marker lights were so popular, they're all the way through. Here's one of ours in an old stock box, but they were that popular, but obviously they broke and got discarded. So they were weak. I only know of one bike that has these on crash bars. It's another 40 Hollywood Green that's over in Japan, of all places. I've never seen original paint bike show up in Japan before. Oh no, they just don't pick them. So, it's very interesting when they do talk about their seats. None of these books are talking about, not one of these books are talking about a solo deluxe seat. But they obviously made them. Anybody who's into pre-war knuckles know they made solo deluxe seats. But they don't even advertise them in the catalog. So that was a call-in item. So, I mean, we got 36, we got 37, we got 38, we got 41. They're not in any of them. So, talking about an improved super comfort belt. This ever popular super comfort belt has again been improved and is held in high esteem by motorcycle riders. That part of the belt supporting the back is now fashioned from one piece. Pliable leather, and the balance of the belt is flexible and elastic leather, woven strip leather. Now, this is the kind of belt they're talking about. It's a braided leather belt. Now, whether or not this is one of the ones ever offered by Harley or just another belt company at the time, I have no idea. But this is what they're talking about. This is a real belt. So, the standard buddy seats are still available. And there's a difference between the pre-war and post-war underneath. I have one of these on the way. I'll make another special video when it gets here to show you the difference. It's totally different underneath. And we'll pull out our deluxe buddy seats from 41 and 42 and compare. So when they change specifically underneath, I don't know. But it looks the same, and at some point in time they changed the pattern. Now this here is interesting. I've got one of these somewhere to show you. This is the grease gun I was mentioning. This is the Harley grease gun. Now, I don't have a Harley grease gun here. What I have is an Era grease gun. But this will give you an idea of what it looks like. And I've got that one somewhere. I haven't found it yet. Okay, got all that there. And there was one other thing I wanted to mention, if I can find it, got to mark it. So here's Harley Davidson's tools here, and the tool pouches.
I have some of those.
Yeah, we've got some of those. I just did a posting on Instagram for some of the tools. I don't have them all, but I've got some. I've got a tool pouch somewhere. I should have got out, I suppose. And there's one little thing on solo seats. I can find it here. I have to have that out. Of course, I can never find it when I want to find it. Ah, here it is. Now, what I was referring to, the mention of deluxe solo seats, in 38, 39, they had a deluxe version. Then they had the 40, 41 deluxe version. And this is what's in the 41 catalog. It's only talking about this. These new style deluxe solo saddles are pride and joy of motorcyclists who have their mounts equipped with one. They are enthused, I can't make it out, the easy riding comfort of the neat improved appearance rear housing with its jeweled trim. Jeweled trim, right there. Now, I've argued till I was blue in the face with people, oh man, they didn't make that seat till post-war. Well, here's the seat right here. I got this from a guy who says, man, I bought that seat new on my brand new 46. I took it off. No jeweled trim. You follow? No jeweled trim. So pre-war, obviously I was wrong. They did make it, but the pre-war ones have a jeweled side trim, and the post-war ones do not. There's your difference, which I had no idea until I started going through this book here. But what it's not showing this. See here? Here's the fringe buddy seat. And this here, buddy seat at left is covered with natural finish, black and white, natural hair, calf skin. A move guide again in 41 still offered with a jewel on the side right there. It says streamlined rear housing is trimmed with 2 floral crystal ornaments. Seat is covered with thick sponge rubber, firm yet exceedingly comfortable. Now, the pre-war stuff until 39 were they had no vent holes in the pan, and all the ones I've seen were horsehair. But it's one of the catalogs I was reading. It's talking about sponge earlier on a non-vented pan. So I've never seen that, which means they probably didn't last too good because the sponge couldn't dry out. That's why they put the vents in it. When they went to that sponge and discovered, we got a problem. Houston, we have a problem. Fix it. They started putting the vents. That would explain the vents all of a sudden. Because for decades they didn't have it. But we're going to go over here. See, we got the fringe. See, we got the fringe, right? It's pure rubber composition to which countless cells containing air have been incorporated. Thick, soft, pliable, resilient cushion gives smooth comfort riders. Note the graceful suite of the new fringed leather housing drapes graciously over rear fender will not mar the enamel. Set off with 3 colorful jewels. 3 colorful jewels. These buddy seats are covered with the finest grade of cowhide available, well waterproof and practically wearproof. Available in either rich brown or jet black finish. See, you can see the fringes. It's not even mentioning it, but 3 colorful jewels. Well, come on over here. We're going to discuss our little 3 colorful jewels. That's the 41 book. That's the latest, greatest. Order anything you want. That's what people think. Order anything you want. If it ain't in the book, it didn't happen, right? Yeah. Here's the 3 colorful jewels right here. This seat came on our 41 custom paint. Here's our 42. Here's our 3 colorful jewels. Red, red, red. That one's got green, red, green. They stuck in what they felt like sticking in. You get some of this. Like it or don't. That's the way it goes. Here is our 40 pre-war, the 42 solo seats. There's no mention in the catalog. 3 colorful jewels. This one's got a green in the center with 2 reds.
Black.
That's green. It's just dark green.
Oh, yes.
And this one here, it's got red with a green with a red. That's an old stock seat. This one here's got green, red, green. They just did whatever they felt like. And those seats are not in the catalog, but they offered it. Call them up. No part number. Not even a part number. It's called Write It In, special instructions. Send me one of them solo seats with the jewels and the fringe. That's how you got it. It's not there. So we have a later post-war seat. This is the very last one of those that were made, and this is plastic, not leather. Okay, this is the very last one. This was made sometime in the 50s. So, let's see if we got a seat here. Yes, we do. We have an early seat on the bottom. This is your early solo seat I was talking about there. And they made this post-war as well. This is the bottom here, you can see. And if you look at the top there, see it's got an extension, and this one doesn't. See the top there? That's what I wanted to show you. That Harley Davidson put this on here because these early ones are cracking. They were cracking. So here's the seat that came off the 40 police bike. All the fringe is gone, but it still has the jewels. So anyway, take a look at the seat real fast and on seats again. This is the seat that came with the 38 when I bought it. It's unvented, nice original seat. And obviously I can't see into it. And it's crunchy under there. But I'm fairly certain that's a horsehair. How do I know? Because when I do that, I have no puff of dust of foam. I've seen that. I mean, this thing was rock hard, man. And that little seal ain't gonna seal dust of foam. It'd be everywhere. That's how I know that. I've seen lots of seats like that. You sit on it now. Where'd all this dust come over my motorcycle? Out of your hard foam seat that's crumbling as you sit on it. So, if it had the foam, that's what I'd have. The thing was stupid rock hard. So I can't think of anything else really pertinent, but that, as you saw, little differences, which are crucial to what's on my bike and what's this and what's that. And Harley Davidson did not put them all in the catalog, and they changed a little bit here and there, learning what they had without even mentioning it in their catalog. They were changing it. So I hope this has been informative. I find it fascinating. So, and let's have a look real fast as what I bought Greenie's bag over here. Here's our floral jewels that they were talking about. And here's the deer jewel, okay? Here's the deer jewel. And they sold these in pairs, right and left. See, the head's different, right and left. Mm-hmm. So, that's that. I will see you guys on the next video, and hope everybody had a great 4th.